One of the questions I'm also asking, maybe not a question, but it occurs, women are very intuitive. They know their bodies. And I hear this often. They'll come into the pharmacy and they'll be using progesterone, and they're estrogen dominant. I mean, some of them are really estrogen dominant, and they'll be using progesterone. And if they've been taking thyroid, then they get kind of maybe jittery from the thyroid. They say, well, what's going on with my thyroid? Well, within the cell, at the DNA level, and this is probably more complicated than I know or understand, but I do know that inside the cell, if you have high amounts of estrogen, the estrogen will block your thyroid function. So whenever we use progesterone, that blocks the estrogen, or it balances the estrogen, then that allows the thyroid function to come back. So many times we see women using less thyroid than they were before. Okay, so that can be a big thing, and women know their bodies, and many times I'll hear them say that, well, I'm not taking it. I don't need to take as much as I did before. And let me just talk briefly about thyroid, because this is something that, again, that we hear all the time. I was working at a pharmacy just the other day, and I was subbing in for somebody, and he was gone to lunch, and I heard some of the staff were talking to some patient, and they asked him about natural thyroid. And the staff was telling this guy about natural thyroid. Oh yeah, natural thyroid is this, it's that, and it's got the T3 and the T4, and it's got some of the T1 and T2 in it, and it's got some selenium and some of the things that are in that. So we think it's the best. And after he was gone, I said to him, well, the natural thyroid that you're promoting there, are you guys talking about, that's natural for pigs. That's porcine thyroid. That's not your normal thyroid. So the idea that using natural thyroid is the thing to do may or may not be the truth. Okay, I'm just telling you, the thyroid is pig thyroid, so it may not be the best thing for you, although it may be. And in my experience, I've seen both those. I've seen people that do better on the combination of the old Armathyroid or the Nature-Throid. They do very well on that. Then I have some people that do better on separating the T3 and the T4 out and do it. And you have to rely on the patient, how they're doing. So just know that estrogen affects your thyroid function. And when we balance it with progesterone, the least it'll do is help that work better.